Fernando, great to see you. How are you enjoying Miami so far, and what about your chances this weekend? Have you seen anything over the last week or so that's maybe given you a bit more hope coming here?
Yeah, great to be back. I think Miami is one of the best, or the best Grand Prix at the moment. You know, the facilities here at the paddock and the circuit has really raised the level for everyone. And
you touched on it there, maybe a chance to try a few different things this weekend?
Yeah, I think so. I think sprint weekends could be an opportunity for us. We know, as I said, the circuit, there are a couple of rookies also there, and we try to maximize that. But at the same time, we know that Miami has not been let's say, very friendly to us in terms of results in the last couple of events here. So we could be struggling, but you know, we remain positive and we try to do our best.
Thanks, Fernando. Good luck. It's great to see you. How's your week been in Miami so far? How are you enjoying things?
Yeah, so far so good. Always nice coming back to Miami. Enjoy a bit of sunshine. Some time on the beach. So yeah, it's been good.
Final one, the sprint element. Does that help at all? Maybe a chance to do a few experiments this weekend?
I don't think it changes much.
No. All right. Thanks, Lance. Good luck.
Looks like it's starting to come back together again since you've come back to the team. Does it feel like it's starting to clip back into the place at least a little bit more?
Yeah, I think it's. I think it clicked pretty quickly. I think Japan was a pretty intense weekend, but I think since Bahrain, I felt really comfortable in the car. A lot of variables in F1 to try and put them all together sometimes isn't that simple. So although the results haven't maybe shown it, it's felt pretty good, and hopefully we can demonstrate that this weekend.
Best of luck.
Thank you.
This is a circuit with the slow corners that should suit your car. How excited are you about the prospect of fighting out there on a sprint weekend with a car that should be very good around here?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about this theory because you know, Japan was really high speed and we are really fast. Jeddah high speed, a lot of high speed. We are not so good in quali, so it seems that there's too many elements we can't really control, and it's just a really tight fight in the midfield. But definitely it's the type of tracks where a driver can make the difference. In slow speed corners, you can definitely make the most of the car and find shortcuts, let's say. So it's going to be a real fight, yeah.
Carlos, it was great to see you had such a complete weekend in Saudi, really the first one, I think, since you've joined Williams. How much confidence have you gained from that, and how much do you think that will help you, not just this weekend, but really kick on from here?
Good to see you. How are you enjoying Miami so far?
Good. My first time here for the race. It's an interesting paddock, to say the least. Looking forward to racing it.
What have you learned in the week or so since Saudi, and how do you rate your chances here? There's the sprint element as well, of course.
Yeah, it's going to be important to be straight away ready and on pace, because we don't have much time to figure out the car, improve it. Only one session, so these sprint events are tough. We know them, but it was good to have a week to really understand this triple header that we just came in, try and get and come back here in a better mod.
How are you finding Miami so far? I mean, what makes this event so special? And of course, it's one of the team's home races as well, so pretty cool to experience that.
Yeah, it's awesome to experience that. Obviously, it's a great addition to the calendar. A couple of years ago, if you told us that we could race in Miami, I think every driver would have get super excited, and we are, to come here every year.
Now, how's your throwing arm? You're likely to see Alpine investor Patrick Mahomes this weekend.
We got some big names coming. Obviously we have a lot of American support and investor in the team. So coming here is always a special moment. Patrick is gonna be around this week, and I must say I admire his work, his success in his sport, and it's always a special time to be able to chat with him.
Let's bring it on track. It's been a bit of an up and down season for Alpine. Just that 7th place in Bahrain to show so far. What trends are you seeing from the car now in terms of performance?
Well, I think it's extremely tight in the field, especially from the sort of position we're fighting in. Within 3 tenths, you could be in Q3 or knocked out in Q1. So it's just difficult. I think we've been able to really put things together the last 2 events. Not been very fortunate in the first 3 races, but I do feel we got the speed to fight. The Williams, AlphaTauri as well are very competitive at times, and also Haas. So just gotta be on top of our game and extract every hundreds and millisecond of our package, and I'm sure we'll be able to fight for those points.
All right, best of luck. Thank you, Pierre. Yuki, come.
Sports Mexico, maybe for Pierre, and if anyone wants to comment as well. Once again, we have a softer step in the tires. We didn't see 2 stops in Jeddah. Do you expect that to be more of an effect here?
Well, I think for sure it brings a bit more unknown coming this year. Also with the sprint weekend, it doesn't make things very easy in terms of tire allocation and what way you want to go. So there are probably going to be compromises to be taken at some stage throughout the weekend. But yeah, I think we might see slightly more differences across strategy. Yeah, definitely for Sunday. But I'm sure we'll learn more about it also Saturday once we've done the sprint race.
Lando, good to see you. Now, since the high of Melbourne, the P7, it's been a little tougher going for you and Sauber. Just tell us about the performance of the car. Have you found the limit of it yet?
Well, I hope not, and I hope that we can, shift the limit up, as the season goes on. Yes, it's true, the last couple of races, I think it's been difficult. On some tracks, we were a bit more competitive than on others. I think Jeddah in particular, I feel in quali, we didn't maximize the potential, and in the race we simply weren't competitive enough. Yeah, so like I said, I feel it's a little track dependent, and anyway, in the midfield is so tight that you have to be perfect on the execution every time to get something meaningful. So yeah, that's where we are. I think we are aware, that we still have a lot of work ahead of us, but we're not that far away either.
Track dependent, what kind of track suits the C45? Faster tracks by the sound of it.
I think not necessarily. I think, yeah, no, I wouldn't say that. Maybe from what we've seen so far, maybe actually a bit more the low and medium speed, which obviously here is a little bit more content of that. But yeah, we'll find out. And temperatures also in conditions always play a role.
The team is building up to the arrival of Audi next year. What do you want to see Sauber do over the remainder of this year? Would you like to see them switch everything and focus on 26? Or do you think you need to build some momentum this year as well?
I think it's very important still to build momentum this year. Everything we do now somewhat, also matters next year. Of course, different set of regulations, but I think, we have to push on parallel. I'm sure that's what, everyone is doing, and especially the big teams. But I, still want to see some progress this year, and we want to, score more points. It's still a long year. We're still pretty early in the season, so still, a lot to play for.
All right, thank you very much for that, George. Let's.
ESPN Latam. A question for you all three. I'm sure you reviewed last Grand Prix. Lap 1 incident between Oscar and Max. Do you feel that the penalty of 5 seconds penalty was correct? It was 10 seconds, or it was you think that it was no further action? What's your opinion?
Nico, let's start with you.
You always take me first on these, huh, Tom? Thank you.
You're close.
Well, I think these guys are fighting for the championship. What it looks like right now, and probably that will continue like this. So, there is no gift, when you fight for a championship and in racing in general. And it's lap 1 action, turn 1, you come with quite high speed, even though it's not the longest of runs. So, for me personally, I think it's part of racing, and these kind of things just happen.
Same. Sorry, Albert. Right, next one.
Yeah, this is Merve Gallia from Viaplay. Nico, you are no more the only racing father in the paddock. Do you have some advices for Max? Maybe some diaper advices?
You know that for a fact.
At
I don't know.
least in the near future, in coming days. He's not here for this week, today.
Yeah, it's true though. It's a fun fact that I was the only, since Checo and K-Mac left at the end of last year, was the only dad. So yeah, he's joining that club, and I hope it's a good sleeper. We've been quite fortunate and lucky, but yeah, I think lots to discover. Many beautiful and nice things that come with that. So yeah, I'm sure he will enjoy that.
How far away do you think you are from getting that kind of confidence in the car? You've had 5 races under your belt. You're clearly improving weekend in, weekend out. Do you feel like you're getting there?
Yeah, for sure. You always get there every weekend, and you never stop getting the confidence. It doesn't matter if you have 5-10 years in Formula 1. You always understand better and better about your car. But, when you're a rookie, it's even more learning through the weekends. So I would say I will still take a lot of time to get fully used to it, but it's normal for everyone. It doesn't matter that you are far from it. I feel that I am quite in the limits in a lot of FP, quali, whatever race sessions. I feel that I'm extracting a good amount of the car, but this is new tracks. You always need to try to get the confidence as quick as possible. That's for everyone, and normally the very good drivers, they are able to do that very soon and build up from there.
Well, best of luck this weekend, Gabby.
Thank you.